Okay, so inclusion exclusion principle. So we will just generalize this. It is generalized principle. So let A1 or say AI subset of a given set. S is a given set. Okay. That all these are finite sets. So that AI subset of S for all I equal to 1 to up to n. So there are suppose n sets, n subsets of a single set that is S. Okay, so here S is the universal set. So means universal set is not something unique. Universal set depends on the context we are discussing. Okay. If we discuss about say natural numbers, then we can take natural numbers as universal set. Okay. If we discuss something like say the total number of functions, then the set of all functions on from A to A, that will be universal set. Okay. So it depends on the context. Okay. So let S be a universal set and let AI subset of S for all I. Okay. Then the number of elements of S that belong to none of the sets AI is given by the formula. Okay. Number of elements of S that belong to none of them, or belong to none of the, or we can say do not belong to any of them. Okay. Belong to none of the sets AI is given by the formula. What is that formula? We will write same system. So that is number of elements of intersection I goes from 1 to n AI complement. Okay. This is equal to number of elements of S minus summation of number of elements of say AI1 plus summation of number of elements of AI1 intersection AI2. So the indices are named this way. Minus summation of number of elements of AI1 intersection AI2 intersection AI3. Similarly, so this is up to 3 terms we have written. Then, so this way it will continue. What should be the general term? In general, what should I write? Summation of what? Number of elements of AI1 intersection AI2 intersection intersection AI say R. Okay. So we take R sets at a time. Okay. So when R equal to 1, we are actually talking about this. Okay. One set at a time. When R equal to 2, we are actually taking 2 sets at a time intersection. When R is 3, we are taking 3 sets at a time. Okay. So when it's R, so in general we can say R sets at a time. So we want to write a general formula. So it a plus or minus will be. Very good. It will be plus or minus. It will depend on R. Okay. So what should be this? See, if R is 1, then it's minus. R is 2, then it's plus. 3, it's minus. So it's actually minus 1 to the power 8 term is minus 1 to the power r, then plus what will be the last term? Intersection I goes from 1 to n of let me write this one we can write it's just index. Okay, but this is also not the last term, is it? We can add this term. What is this? Minus 1 to the power n. Okay, we will need minus 1 to the power n. Okay, it will be required. Right? Again, mod A, mod B, plus mod of A. If there are 2 sets, the last one is plus. 3 sets, the last one is minus. Okay. So it's actually minus 1 to the power n. Okay. Where? So we have to write something where these summations, we have not written anything about this summation. Where the RS summation runs over all possible R combinations of which set? This set 1, 2, 3 n. Okay. So we take all possible R combinations of the elements 1 to up to n. Okay. So this is the Euclidean exclusion principle formula. Okay. So when n is 2, so it is just A complement intersection B complement. N is 3, A complement intersection B complement C complement. Okay. That way. So let us just have a look at the proof. Okay. Combinatorial proof of this. Okay. So we will show that any element which is counted in the left hand side once is counted in the right hand side once. Okay. Any element which is counted in the left hand, which is not counted in the left hand side, is also counted 0 times in the right hand side. Okay. This is what we will show. So let us see. Okay, so let us see this proof. So we shall show that any element that belongs to intersection I goes from 1 to n AI complement is counted exactly once in the RHS. Okay. And any element that doesn't belong to intersection I goes from 1 to n AI complement is not counted in the right hand side. So the expression on the right hand side only counts the elements which belong to this set. It doesn't count the elements which doesn't belong to this set. Okay. So first let us take an element which belongs to this. Okay. So belongs to intersection AI complement. Okay. If X is there in the intersection of AI complement, that means X is not there in any of the sets. Okay. So here also it will not be counted. It will not be counted in any of these expressions except in the first one. In the first one it will be counted because that element is there in this. Right. So that we will. So X belongs to, so let if X belongs to intersection I goes from 1 to n AI complement, and this actually means that X belongs to AI complement. X is there in the intersection of all the sets. That means what? X is there in all of the sets. Okay. So X is there in A intersection B. What does it mean? X belongs to A and X belongs to C. Okay. So if there are n sets here, X belongs to intersection of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 AN. That means X belongs to A1 also and X belongs to A2, X belongs to A3. Okay. So we write it in the short form as this. X belongs to AI complement for all I equal to 1 to n. Okay. X is there in this complement, intersection of this complement means X is there in AI complement for all this. X is there in AI complement meaning X. If X is there in AI complement, then X doesn't belong to AI. Okay. Any element which is there in AI complement cannot be there in AI. Okay. X doesn't belong to AI for all I. ওইটাই আমি মানে in language I say if x is there in this set it is not there in any of the sets. So x doesn't belong to A for all I. Okay. So none of these terms will count this particular element. Okay, right? So x is counted only once in mod S and not in any of the other expressions. So the other expressions do not count. Okay. So this part is done. So if an element belongs to this, it is counted only once in the right hand side. Okay. Only once in this. So therefore x is counted exactly once in RHS. Once RHS. So now let x doesn't belong to x is not there in this intersection. That means what will it mean now? If x is not there in if x is not there in A intersection B, then what can you say from here? X doesn't belong to A and or all? And if x is not there in the intersection, then or it cannot be there in any, means it's not there in one of the sets. It may happen that it is not there in both the sets, okay. But it may also happen that it is there in one of them but not in another. So if it doesn't belong to A intersection B, then this is OR actually. Okay. If x is not there in A or x is not there in B. So here also, if x is not there in the intersection of all these n sets, it doesn't mean that x is not there in any of these. No, it just means that x doesn't belong to some of the sets. কোনো কয়েকটার মধ্যে নাই। হয়তো a1 এ আছে, a1 কমপ্লিমেন্টে আছে, a2 কমপ্লিমেন্টে নাই। Okay, so this will mean that x doesn't belong to ai complement or some I, okay, or some I. Okay, means there are some i's, say 1 5 7 ওইগুলোতে নাই, বাকিগুলোতে আছে, এটা হইতো। Okay, right? It may also happen that it is not there in any union. So everything is covered. Okay, so let us suppose that x is not there in any of them. That case already we have covered. Okay. So that means what? X is not there in ai complement for some I, means x belongs to ai for some I. No? Means x is there in at least one of the sets. Okay, x is there in at least one of the sets. That means x is there in at least one of the sets. At least one of the sets. Sets AI. X is there in at least one of the sets. Sure. So let us suppose that it belongs to exactly R sets. We are generalizing. That R may be 1, R may be 2, R may be 3, R may be n. Okay, that happens. So let us suppose that x belongs to exactly R of these sets. So let x belong to, or let me write this in language. Let x belongs to exactly R of the sets. R of the sets ai. So out of these n sets, we suppose that x belongs to exactly R of the sets. Okay. So it may happen that x belongs to one of the sets, x belongs to two of the sets, exactly 3 of the sets, 4 of the sets. So exactly R of these sets. Next, so now we will see what is the contribution of x in this sum. এই সামের মধ্যে কতবার কাউন্ট হবে। Okay. So So if x is there in exactly R of the sets, so you consider the first one. How many times it is counted here? Once. Okay, x is there in S. So x is counted once in this. In summation of this, in the second term, how many times x is counted? Now, put in the R times, because x appears in R of this sets. Okay. So A1 and the count. This summation contains the sum of all the individual sets, number of elements. Okay. So if x is there in A1, once it will be counted. X is again there in say A5, so our counted. Okay. X is there in say A30, again it will be counted. Okay. So exactly R of these sets contain x. Okay. So this sum, in this sum, x is counted exactly R times. Okay. এখানে কতবার কাউন্ট হবে x টা? X is there in exactly R of this sets. R ta sets er moddhe ache. Okay. Now I am taking the intersection of sets two at a time. Okay, two at a time. So which sets out of this will contain x? কোন সেটের মধ্যে x টা থাকবে? How many times will it be counted? X is there in exactly R of the given sets, and I am taking intersection of the sets two at a time. So which sets or how many of those sets will contain R? Sorry, how many of those sets will contain X? X take a container. Which sets? Which sets will contain R? Suppose X. Which sets will contain X? Suppose the sets are A1, A2 up to A100. Okay. Suppose these are the sets A1, A2 up to A100. Okay. And out of this, suppose I know that A1 x belongs to A1, then x belongs to say A5, and I know that x belongs to A50, and I also know that x belongs to A61. Okay, baki gulo the na. So শুধু এগুলোতে আছে. So in the intersections, in how many intersections x will be there? In the intersection of only these sets. Okay. So how many? কয়টা সেট আছে? একটা, দুইটা, তিনটা, চারটা, four set. Okay. This four means x will be there in the intersection of these R sets. Okay. If you take something else out of these R, I mean, other than these R sets, then x is not there. X belongs to exactly R of this sets. Okay. So it may not be serially 1 to up to R11. Okay. It may be means any R of these elements. Okay. That's why I have written the index as I1, I2, I3. Okay. I have not written as A1, A2, A3. Okay. I1, I2, I3. Okay. So they may be anything. So if X belongs to exactly R of these sets, then X will belong to exactly RC2 of these intersections. Okay. ওই আটটা সেটের ইন্টারসেকশন তুমি দুটো দুটো করিয়ে নাও, x ওইগুলোতেই থাকবে, বাকি কোনোটা তো থাকবে। Okay. So this is what you have to understand. So x belongs to, let x belongs to exactly R of this. So again x contributes R to the sum, let me write this one, RC1. X contributes R to the sum is the summation of mod of AI1. Okay. Right. X contributes exactly RC1. Variable coefficients दिए. Okay. x contributes exactly RC1 to this sum. A sum is exactly RC1 because out of those R sets to which x belongs, I have to select one and 1. Okay, so x belongs to exactly RC1 of this set. So whenever it belongs to one of them, it is counted. Okay, it is suppose A1 है ऐसे, it is counted. A2 दिया, A5 दिया ऐसे counted. A50 दिया ऐसे counted. A61 है ऐसे counted. So exactly RC1 times we are counting. Okay, so let x belongs to exactly R of this set. So x contributes RC1 to the sum this. Okay, similarly, and x contributes or say let me write in two parts. X belongs to also x belongs to exactly RC2 or say would RC R x belongs to exactly or x belongs to only the two combinations. X belongs to only the two combinations of these R sets. Okay, the R sets that we talked about. So x belongs to only the two combinations of these R sets. Okay, or x belongs to the two combinations of these R sets only. Okay, শুধু এইগুলা R sets এর two combination নিলে x টা এখানে থাকবে. Okay, x belongs to the intersection. So in language okay. Also x belongs to the intersection of two combinations of these R sets. Okay, two combinations. দুটো করে select করো, x will belong to that set. Okay, so therefore x contributes RC2 to the sum summation of AI1 intersection AI. Okay, x contributes exactly RC2 to this. So to the next sum it will contribute exactly RC3. Okay. So up to which term this x can contribute? It can contribute only up to RCR. Okay, the R combinations of this. Okay, because after that, when R plus 1 sets are included, then x is not there in the R plus 1 set because x is there in only R of the sets. Okay, so এখানে ধরো চারটা সেটে x আছে. So when you take intersection of 5 sets, automatically x is not there in the fifth one. Okay, so all terms from this fifth 5 combinations onwards, they will not contribute anything to x. X will not contribute anything to those sums. Okay, because x will not be there in those intersections. Okay. So x contributes RC2 to this sum. Right? Okay, so this is the same way x contributes. So similarly x contributes RC3 to this sum. Summation of AI1 intersection AI2 intersection AI3 and so on. And so on. And lastly x contributes RCR to this sum. Summation of AI1 intersection AI2 intersection intersection AIR. Okay, to this last one. Okay, RCR to this. Oh, अच्छा, AR और ये वाला confusion लगे नहीं. This R is the general form, ना? let x belongs to exactly okay, you can understand this. Later more notation actually change करने वाला आपका नहीं s so you just change that let x belongs to exactly m of those sets. So x contributes mc1, otherwise it is getting confused with that mc1 to this sum. Then similarly x belongs to the intersection of two combinations of these m sets only. Similarly this will be mcm to this im. Okay, but after that there is no contribution. So x further intersections of m plus 1 or more sets do not contain x, okay? Because x is there in exactly m of the sets. So if you take m plus 1 sets, it is not there in one of the extra sets. Okay? So intersections of m plus 1 or more sets do not contain x. Okay? So all other terms will contribute. X will contribute 0. So x contributes 0 to all other remaining terms. So x contributes 0 to all the other remaining terms. So ultimately, how many times is x counted? Okay, this is what we have to see. So number of times that n is counted is this. So therefore, the RHS counts x exactly how many times? Exactly this many times. This one counts it as 1. RC1. Yes, so RHS counts x exactly. First one counts 1, second one counts it RC1 times, third one counts it MC1 times, this is MC2 times, minus MC3 times, plus minus 1 to the power m MCm times. Okay, and the remaining everything is 0, 0, 0. So this many times, exactly this many times. So what is this? This is a very big number, and this is what 1 can be written as MC0. MC0. So you combine the odd and even terms together. MC0 plus MC2 plus MC4. Okay, like that. We are combining all the odd terms, even indices together and odd indices together. MC1, MC3. So up to what I do not know, because it depends on whether n is odd or even. And what is this value? This value is a value to oh, this we have not done. Okay. In height symmetry is what? Height symmetry is the answer. A value to yes, Daivik. So what's the height symmetry is? What is this value? MC0, sum of our binomial coefficients, alternatively plus minus. What is that? This sum is actually 1 minus this sum is actually 0. This sum is 0. Sum of odd indices binomial coefficients is equal to sum of even indices binomial coefficients. This sum is always 0. Okay. So when I do a binomial theorem, okay. So okay, I will discuss about this. It comes from here actually. What is 1 plus x to the power n? This 1 1 plus x to the power n is 1 plus nc1 into x, okay, plus nc2 into x square plus nc3 into x cube, okay, plus ncn into x to the power n, okay. So this is an identity. It is true for all values of x. Okay, this is the binomial theorem. So in higher secondary this is taught. In Olympiad also sometimes it is required. For example, this. Okay, it is another level of problem. 1 plus x to the power n is this. So if you, since this is an identity, so it is true for all values of x, whatever you put this way. So this is an identity. So we also putting x equal to minus 1. Okay, put x equal to minus 1 here. This side is 0. So this one is actually nc0. So I can write nc0 plus minus 0. nc1 plus nc2 minus nc3 plus minus 1 to the power n into nc. Okay. So now you collect this odd coefficients together, even together and odd together. Okay. So this sum is actually 0. Okay. But you have to make sure that all terms are there. C0 থেকে Cn পর্যন্ত থাকতে লাগবে. Okay. So here you have all those. MC0 to MCn, everything is there. Okay. So this sum is 0. So ultimately, an element which belongs to exactly n of these sets contributes 0 to the right hand side. Okay, to the count. That means that element is not counted. Okay. So this is what. So this is actually equal to 0 by property of binomial coefficients. By property of binomial coefficients. Binomial coefficients. So another property is if you take x equal to 1, then this sum is exactly 2 to the power. Okay, so C0 plus C1 up to Cn. This sum is exactly 2 to the power. Okay. So this is also another there is example of combinatorial proof. Proof of what? What is 2 to the power n? It is the number of subsets of a given set having an element. So right hand side counts the number of subsets. This expression is equal to this. This also actually counts the number of subsets. Why? If a set has n elements, what is nc0? It will be the number of 0 element subsets of the set. So number of 0 element subsets is what? 1. Only 5 is there. nc1 is the number of 1 element subsets of a set having n elements. nc2 number of 2 element subsets. Okay. So this is also counting the number of subsets. This is also counting the number of subsets. Okay. They are equal. Right. So that way also we can prove number of subsets is to the power n from it follows from here. Okay. So ultimately what I have seen. So x is so if x doesn't belong to this left hand side, which is intersection I goes from 1 to n ai complement, then it is not counted. It is not counted in the right hand side. Okay. So the right hand side counts only those elements which are there in that set. Okay. So this equality is true. So the right hand side and left hand side count the same number of same set of objects. Okay, same set of objects. Anything which is counted there is counted here also. Okay. So the right hand side and left hand side count the same set of objects. And what are those set of objects? That is in the intersection I goes from 1 to n. AI. So this is the combinatorial expression. Okay. So it is a kajar jinish. We will use it. What about that? Oh yeah, it will থাকে প্রায় আর ওই যে তোমার ওই যে derangement. Suppose you want to send you have 10 letters addressed and addressed to some different persons, and 10 envelopes are there. Envelope are addressed. Okay. So how can you place the envelopes, letters into the envelopes so that no person gets the correct letter? Okay, this type of things, these are actually part of de-alignment. Okay, means de-alignment is a permutation where no object is in its correct position. Okay, तो तुम्हें जब ऐसा प्रॉब्लम सबका de-alignment क्या होगा? तो दर्द लगता है ना? मुझे ना sequence ना मुझे that is what square at the right. If you have a square grid of this, suppose this one, you can have a no, it doesn't. Dark to dark. So yeah, so this is actually how many? 9 cross 9. 2, 3. Oh yeah, 9 cross 9 grid. Okay. So this question was how can we place 9 objects here in the grid? Okay, so that on a row and column there is only one object, and in the smaller grid also, in the smaller 3 by 3 grid also, there is exactly one. Okay, so 9 objects are given to you. Okay, say x1, x2, xn. Okay, so x9. One way of arranging is this: x1, x2, x3, but that doesn't satisfy the condition. No, that doesn't satisfy condition because on the same row you have all the elements. Okay. The question is, how can you arrange these numbers, 9 numbers in this 9 cross 9 grid, so that each row and each column contain exactly one element, and each smaller grid also contains exactly one element. Okay. So something like this is allowed. x1 x2 x3. Okay, this is allowed. Then the x4 is here. Say x5 is here. x6 is somewhere here. x7, x8, and something like x9. Okay, this is allowed. Right, but you cannot place say x9 here, because in that case this particular row will have 2 elements. Okay. Achha, so without the restriction on square grid, how many ways can you arrange? Without the restriction, if there is no restriction on the square grid is duita dita thakte pare. Only row and column should not have repetition. In that case, how many ways can you arrange? Only row and column should not have repetition. In that case, how many? That case is simple, na? Simple, na? If there is no restriction on the square grid, how many ways can you arrange these 9 elements so that row and column, each row and column should contain exactly one? So how many? How many? That is very simple. Without the restriction on the square grid, how many? The first row. So you think column wise. For the first element can be placed anywhere in these 9 boxes. So for the first element, first column element, there are 9 options available to us. But when you come to the second column element, the second column element cannot be placed in a row where we have placed the first element, first column element. First column element is ekhane boy. Second column element age ekhane boy. So there are how many options? 8 options. Ekta kome gelo 9 into 8. For the third one, there are 7 options because 2 already I have. Okay, I am thinking column wise. Okay. So 2, 9 into 8 into 7. So ultimately what? Factorial 9. Okay. If there is no restriction on the smaller squares, then it is factorial. So in general, if it is a n square cross n square. Okay. Then also the answer is factorial of n square. Okay. But here there is another restriction that there cannot be elements on the square grid itself. I mean, so there cannot be more than one element in the square grid. Okay. thinking is this one. If we look at it this way, after choosing this first column element, the second element can be chosen in. I cannot place it as a boy down. Once I place it there, one particular grid is gone already. We grid will actually one is it. Okay, this happens. Right. So suppose I take the first column. The first element can be placed in 9 ways. The second element can be placed in how many ways? 6 ways. Because if I place something here, so these 3 are already gone. I cannot put anything here. Okay. So for the second element there are actually 6 options. For the third element or third column element there are 3 options. Okay. So for selecting these 3 columns, for placing the elements in 3 columns, there are actually 9 into 6 into 3. This many options are there. Okay. But again, when you go to the fourth one, the one has a problem. In that case, with the problem here. You go to the fourth one. In that case, fourth one we will if we go to the fourth one, it can be placed anywhere here, but except those 3 positions. I have already placed 3 elements, so except those 3 rows, I can place it anywhere. Because the restriction on smaller squares is already gone. So I can place it anywhere except those 3 particular rows. So in that case, there are again 6 options for this. So once I get those 6 options, for the next one there will be how many options? For the next one will be a problem. For the next one, I do not know what is happening in this part. How many squares will be available here? Ultimately, 6 squares will be available here. 6 squares will be available here. Each is the third available because you cannot place on the same row. So here also 6, 6, 6. So it is ultimately 6, 6, 6. So for the fifth one, means before placing the fourth one, after I place all these 3, then it's like there are 6 available places because this is gone, this one is gone, and this one is gone. Okay. So there are 6 available places. Out of these 6 places, so first one can be placed without any restriction. Once I place the first one, 2 of these rows will be invalid because I cannot place on the smaller grid. Smaller grid I am going to work. Okay. So once I choose the fourth one, 6 ways. For the fifth one, actually, out of these 6, from these 6, another 2 options are removed. Okay. So it's like 6 into 4. Okay. Into so for that one, 2 options are removed. Ultimately, for the last one, another 2 options will be removed. So it's like 6 into 4 into 2. So that's what the one. So now I have what? I have 3 options available here, 3 options available here, 3 options available here. So for the first one, I can choose in any way. For the first one, I have 3. Oh, yeah, just 2 from each is 1. 2 from each is 1. So it's just factorial 3 into 2 into 0. Is it correct? You can add 3 into 2. Is this logic correct? 9 into 6 into 3 multiplied with 6 into 4 into 2 again multiplied with 3 into 2 into 1. Can we do it this way? Maybe this is one of the okay. For this case I think it's fine. Over. 5 plus 2. We have put 6 columns, 6 rows are vanished. 2 from each.